get another job. Go ahead.
Larry, what was the difference in the fourth quarter for you guys? It seemed like finally turned it on and were able to pull away with it.
Gerald, Boris, DJ. We were struggling, but I thought, those guys did a great job. We defended great. We have 20 turnovers again. Hold them to 14 points, and I bet we had 5 in the fourth quarter. So, but their zone made us shoot a lot of jumpers, a lot of three-point shots, and early. I don't mind shooting a three-pointer against the zone, but not early. Well, not when the ball stays on the side. And we did too much of that, and then when we started getting the ball in the middle to Boris, he broke the zone down. But he was, they have him for 9 assists, 1 turnover. He was sensational.
Really seems like DJ's getting his confidence back. Are you seeing him develop that and get it back now?
He's playing better. He's more aggressive, playing harder. He was terrific. Their guards are hard to guard, especially the way they space people out. So, playing back to back, both teams. I think Nelly, being so short-handed, he went zone. Probably rests some guys. Plays Steph. 48 minutes. I'd pay to come see him. Our league's in pretty good shape when you look at the rookie class and you see him involved in it. It was nice to see his coach at half court. I know how proud he must be. Our color guy, have to be a little excited, but if I ever retire, I'll pay to see him play.
Start of the third pressure that you went out with was the whole idea to get the blood flowing and keep them from getting off to a sluggish start in the third. Did that have anything to do with that?
Rod had been talking to me about getting a better warm-up, and they were out early. They're hard to play against. I looked last night, they had a chance to beat Atlanta on the road. You got to marvel at the job Don Nelson's done with the injuries they've had. Corey just came back. He played like he wasn't going to miss a shot early. Picked up the Williams kid off the D-League, and that kid's made a contribution. Tolliver's made a contribution. Hunter. It's remarkable the job he's done with the amount of injuries they've had. But I'm glad this was not an easy game, especially playing against the zone. But we did the necessary things to win at the end. We just gotta value the ball, and I don't think we have a clue about that yet. And that being said, we hold them to 90 points.
You mentioned last night having to validate this win. How important is it that you guys got these 2 wins here at home on the back-to-back set?
I don't know if that was a validation, but that was their win. And my college coach told me that it's hard to do, but you gotta enjoy the wins. Don't take any of them for granted. Try to do better the next day. So, that's our challenge. But again, Theo's been really good. Tyrus has been a good addition. Having Tyson back, watching DJ, start playing with a lot more confidence. Hopefully, we're going in the right direction now.
What, if any, explanation did you get as to what the referee said Gerald did and what they charged him with his results?
He said he swung his arm and hit him above the shoulder. And I was looking at Gerald, he had a bloody lip. So I have trouble computing those things.
Does that, what I'm wondering about is, did they define that as a flagrant? What did they call it?
Well, he just said if you hit a guy above the head, they toss you. I think if you look at I don't think it was malicious kind of surprised me. I didn't see anybody fighting, but, you know, our league interprets rules. You know, I guess that's what they want. They want to interpret the way it's written. Like Jerry West used to say, you know, sometimes there's a feel of factor.
They have less, would you agree that that the refs have less and less latitude to do what you just said?
Boy, you're putting me in a bad position.
You're not comfortable answering this?
My thing is, this is a human kind of game, and I've always said the older guys, it was all advantage, disadvantage. They wanted a flow of the game, and now we all have the letter of the law, you know, and it's a little different than the way I would feel comfortable watching it play out. You know, I turn on TV and I watch games, and we do it in practice. We go up, back, and up, because that's normally as much as you'll get to run in a flow of a game. And I think I'd love to see it just like hockey, just keep going back and forth.
Joey Crawford described it as this game used to be an art to ref, and now it's more of a science.
Excuse me?
Joey Crawford once described it as this used to, you know, refereeing an NBA game used to be more of an art and less of a science than what they expected of it.
Well, if he says it, I don't think there's ever been a better one than him. You know, the older guys, when I was a young coach, the older referees taught the young referees. And it was phenomenal. And you know, I think it's, you know, they're really working at it and trying to improve it. I think they watch film. You know, they do an unbelievable job of trying to really get it right. So that's the best thing. But I think we need, you know, we miss out on a lot of these old guys. Javi gets hurt, Forte gets hurt. You know, a lot of our supervisors are hurt. They were all phenomenal, and they would have helped a lot of these younger kids.
Anything else, guys?
After the big win last night, what did you tell the guys before the game to prevent maybe coming out flat or being, you know, a little bit down going into the game?
Well, Michael came in our dressing room and he said something to me. I said, "Say to the team," and he said, "Yeah, we had a great win, but it won't mean anything unless we come out ready to play tonight." And I try to echo, you know, I think he's pretty bright. And you know, I've said it, you know, my coach has always talked about, you know, you celebrate the win, but then you got another one. And it's like the New Jersey game. We beat Cleveland, lose to New Jersey, you know.
So Larry, did Michael say that tonight or last night after the game?
No, after he congratulated him last night, he said something to me. I said, "Tell them," because that's Michael. You know, I see he says things to the players individually, and they seem to grow and pump up, feel great. When he says something to me, I feel the same way. So I wanted him to give the message. I think our backgrounds are pretty similar. Ability might not have been the same. Okay?
That's it, guys.